Hello friends, as per my commitment, as I promised you that I shall be making a video on my own life story just to explain to those people who are undergoing a very turbulent period. And this is because of DASHA SANDHI. I am here to explain to you how DASHA SANDHI has such a great impact on each one of us. It is not a very easy thing to do, where I thought only if I can talk about my life, maybe I'll make a difference in someone's life. So I decided that I will come forward, explain to you how things went with me, how here today I am on YouTube, how life has been, and every time when I went through a DASHA SANDHI, how everything in my life changed. And so it is going to be the case with you also. I am quite confident about it. DASHA SANDHI was the first topic that hit me very hard when one of the astrologer, I believe, I take him as my guru, though he's much younger to me, but that is Kapil Raj, who runs the channel KRS. And I will tell you everything as we go forward in this video. This video is going to be long, and that is why I was asking you whether you want me to come live or you want me to make a video and then explain to you. So let us start. Okay, my life begins just with a balanced dasha of Mars only for around 1 year. Right? Now, this is my horoscope. I have my Lagna with a debilitated Sun over here. Venus, the ruler of the first house, in the second, looking at the 8th house. I'll explain to you later. Third house is vacant. I have 4th house with Saturn and Ketu in this. I have Jupiter in the 5th house. 6th house, 7th house and the 8th house is vacant. 9th house I have Moon, which is the ruler of the 10th house, sitting in the 9th house. And the 10th house has got debilitated Mars sitting with Rahu, making a Angarak Yoga. Mars debilitated, looking at a debilitated Sun. Normally by one of the rules it says even this is called as a Neech Bhang Yoga. That's what the text says that. I have Mercury exalted in the 12th house in its own sign Virgo. Now let's begin my life. My first dasha till the year 1982 was Rahu. Right? Rahu is sitting over here looking at my Saturn in the 4th house. My education was almost nothing. I failed in my 7th standard, my 8th standard, and ultimately bad companies, bad habits, rubbish. Life was rubbish. So much so that I thought that I'm gone for a toss. Nothing is going to happen in my life. Ultimately, what happened next I will explain to you. So Rahu till 82 kept me down. I couldn't do anything in life. Domestic happiness, you talk about, I don't want to get into all that memories now. Anyway, then we are talking about DASHA SANDHI now. Now I'll explain to you what is a SANDHI. Please understand this. Pause this video, look at it, look at the calculation, you will understand, and I'm sure life would be much better for you, those who are thinking of nothing is going to happen in your life. Now, how do we calculate a DASHA SANDHI? Now, Rahu is for 18 years. Now, after 82, the next DASHA starts of Jupiter. Jupiter, my next DASHA, second DASHA, is sitting in the 5th house of intelligence, of education also, and it's a Trikona house. It is the Lord of the 6th house sitting in the 5th house. Now, what is the between Rahu and Jupiter? I told you Dasha Sandhi means one Dasha is coming to an end and the other Dasha is coming. Now there is a gap. Now you may ask me, when will the effect starts happening? Now look at it. 18 years of Rahu, you multiply by 16 years of the coming Dasha, the calculation is, the total is 288 if you multiply 288. 288 means 2 years, 8 months and 8 days. Right? Now 2 years, 8 months almost means 32 months. You divide by 2 because you're talking about 2 dashas. So it is almost, see here, divide by 2 you will get 16 months. That means 1 year and 4 months will be the Dasha Sandhi period. Now, what happened after Guru came? 1 year and almost 1.5 years I would say, in 86 I appeared for an examination. Privately I did my 10th, I did my 12th and then I continued my education over here. Fine. This went on. I did my graduation, I did my law, I did my hotel management, everything under this Dasha of Jupiter. It went on till 1998. Even I got married between this period. Fine. Now, after 98, Saturn was supposed to come. Saturn is in the 4th house. Understand this. Now, Saturn and Jupiter, we have to calculate the Dasha Sandhi period. It is 16 years of Jupiter and 19 years of Saturn. So 16 into 19 is 3 years, 0 months and 4 days. So it is 3 years or 36 months divided by 2. So it was 1 year, 8 months of my Dasha Sandhi period. So in 1998, as Saturn started, in almost 1.5, which I have calculated 1 year and 8 months, you can say about 20 months, I was pushed away from Bombay because 4th house is where you birthplace. I was pushed away from Bombay, never to return back. I came to some other city. Now I am in Pune. Fine? Saturn went on till from 98 to 2017. Now this is very interesting. And during the Jupiter period only, I did hotel management. I worked for a few hotels. I gained the position of a general manager also, but I was more interested in teaching. Why teaching? Because my 10th lord is in the 9th house of mentoring, teaching, and also you look at it, my Lagna is in the 2nd house. I wanted to teach mouth. Okay. Now, when Saturn came in 98, I was full-fledged into, I was a professor, I was teaching for hotel management colleges. I went on, and it was my passion. I was doing so well. But what happened? In 2017, when Mercury was supposed to come, 19 years, and the Mercury is for 17 years, 3 years, 2 months, 3 days, 38 months, divide by 2, 19 months prior to 2017, all of a sudden, I lost interest in teaching. I was completely broke. I didn't know what to do. I thought I would be teaching all my life till my last breath. But all of a sudden, why this thing happened with me? And when and yeah, one more thing. I started learning astrology in 1997, little prior to the beginning of the Dasha. Why? Why astrology? Saturn over here is over here. Saturn is over here. Saturn is also looking at my sun, and also if you go to see Jupiter before leaving, it is looking at the 9th house. And Mercury is exalted in my 12th house. So my 9th house and 12th house both are a very spiritual house. Also, astrology you can learn only and only when you have got this Lord in a good position. It is looking at their own house. Then in 97 I started astrology, but I never mentioned it all my life to anyone that I am doing astrology. But what happened? In 2017, when I lost interest in teaching and I was jobless, colleges used to call me before like, why don't you leave that college and come to our college to teach? All of a sudden, when I'm applying for jobs, I'm not getting jobs. I thought I'm the same person, same qualification. I have got I've got my students. I have taught thousands of students. They can vouch on me that I was good at with my subject. Then what happened? As Mercury started setting in, and I told you it is around 1 year, 7 months prior to 17, and then after Mercury again, you take 1 year and 7 months. In 2019, almost 19, I was sitting in this same house, in my hall, and there was a friend of mine who happened to have a mobile in her hand, and all of a sudden she said, "Arey, Ricky, you have been practicing astrology and all. Let me make a video of yours." What rubbish! I've never put a board ever. I've never mentioned to anyone that I do astrology. Let us do it. What is the harm? I said, okay. That was the first video that she made it, and she thought that we should put it on YouTube. I did it, and then it all happened. And now you know that I am live on YouTube, and this is what I'm doing. And believe me, I'm doing better than what I was doing as a professor teaching for a college. I will again make you understand how to calculate the Dasha Sandhi period. And people and my friends, if you are going through this period, if the Dasha is changing, and if things are... See, you have to understand. Saturn, Rahu wanted me to do something else. I did. I was away from education. Jupiter wanted me to learn. I did it. Saturn wanted me to struggle, but out of my birthplace, I did it. Mercury now wanted me that enough, no more teaching. I want you to abide by the rule of the 9th house and the 12th house. I am exalted. I am a communicator. I am an astrologer. Mercury is an astrologer. Please understand that also. Okay. And when things were going wrong, I was doubting because I knew astrology. I said, I was waiting all these years that my Mercury will start and I will be like, maybe I'll go to a foreign country, I'll do something great. Okay, and then why things are going so bad? I started questioning myself. I started looking into my chart. I thought my mom doesn't remember my birth date. She doesn't even remember my birth year. Something is wrong. Okay, and then gradually, Mercury wanted me to come out of the comfort zone. It didn't wanted me to do something. They wanted me to do something else. So it was pulling me out of that college. Ricky, no more teaching in college. I've got something better for you, and I was resisting it. You should go with the flow. I always told you, go with the flow. People will meet. You will get a connection. You will bump into someone. People will give you some ideas, concepts will come, and things will definitely change for you. So, understand, Dasha, the year, the next Dasha, the year, multiply, like in this case, Rahu and Jupiter, 18 into 16 will give you one figure. That figure, you have to understand, it will always be 3 figures. The first 2 is 2 years, the next 8 is the 8 months, and 8 is the 8 days. Please understand that. That you divide by 2. Give Dasha Sandhi to half to Rahu and half to Jupiter. Same is the case with the other Dashas also. Follow this pattern and you will understand why, if the Dasha is changing, why 1.5 year this side or the other side is a little difficult period for you. And understand the divine is working for you, the divine plan is working for you. Don't lose heart. Be positive. It is taking you somewhere, and that is the place you are supposed to be. You will be connected to the right people at the right time, at the right place. My friends, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did like this video, put a comment. And once again, I came up with this video As a remedy for people who are going through a rough patch, understand God is always with you, divine is with you. You have to only be patient. Understand everything will fall in its place. Don't lose heart. All is well. God bless you.